What's going on, guys? So I was just now over on the test server doing some work with Immic, trying to do some clan boss things, which I will have out later this week. But we had this news about Stag Night stuff come through, and I was like, this is actually pretty interesting. Unfortunately, it's during a very busy time, but I think you can actually make some of this work and make it make sense. So basically, we got 3 different tournaments going on. Turn Attack Tournament for Spider, Turn Attack Tournament for Dragon, and Turn Attack Tournament for Ice Golem. On the 9th, it's going to be Spider, the 13th is going to be Dragon, and the 17th is going to be Ice Golem. To be honest, I'm going to probably go for the Spider one because the Spider one is also going to be overlapping with this current Dungeon Diver event, which is hard enough as it is. We're also kind of in a little bit of a dry period. Once this Ice Golem tournament ends, there's no tournaments overlapping it as far as the dungeons go. You can check the Fusion schedule, but it's a little bit of a weird period until the Fire Knight tournament starts. So Fire Knight's a solid option, but Fire Knight is not part of this turn tournament, which I'm kind of find interesting. So honestly, Spider is the way to go if you're interested in doing this. But you're going to be able to get the Gilded Glider Stag Knight skin, which sounds like a Fortnite skin, as the last milestone reward. So it's not based on your placing. You just got to finish the side rewards, and you're going to get the skin, which I really like that idea. And during a fusion that's already difficult enough, this makes the most sense. So I probably will be going for it during the Spider tournament. I think it makes perfectly fine sense as well. Now, outside that, we have another event going on, which is the Guaranteed Stag Knight event. So summon champions using Ancient Shards while the Guaranteed event is active, and you're guaranteed to get Stag Knight by your 25th shard. That's it. Simple. Now, it's not completely that simple because we got a few events going on during that time. Tomorrow starts the Summon Rush event. So you can summon some Ancient Shards, 25, get like 250 points, not very much, but you can get some points to help you out on the Summon Rush, getting more fragments for the Epic to fuse into Immic. Or you can risk it, try to wait till Friday and see if the 2x Ancient is active during that time, which I don't think it's going to be, but you can see if it is, maybe risk it. Hey, if it is active, excellent. Now you got 25 Ancient summons, you got Stag Knight, extra points, and you're going to be able to finish that champion chase even easier. But I don't think it's going to be active over coinciding with each other. It's probably going to be separate. Now, as far as Stag Knight as a champion, he is a pretty OG champion. He was in the I think second battle pass, the first battle pass. Wait, we only had one battle pass, right? It was just the Stag Knight, the Whirlwind one. Either way, Stag Knight is a simple but incredible champion. Honestly, he is one of the game changer champions. There's quite a few of them, but as an epic champion, he is one of the game changers. His kit is super simple, but very, very good. So his A1 ability attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit, this is important, each hit, 30% chance of placing 30% decreased speed. 30% books up to 40, 50% chance. Each hit has a 50% chance. That is so good. And then his A2 is an AoE attack with a 100% chance. Let's see, 70, 80, 95% chance of placing a decreased defense and a 95% chance of placing decreased attack. Pick up the Sniper Mastery, and that becomes 100%. Not for sure why they have it at 95, unless my math is wrong. But either way, 95%, put Sniper on him. It's going to be 100, and you're going to be good to go. But decreased defense, decreased attack, AoE, on a 3-turn cooldown is so good. And then the A1 with the decreased speed is incredible. Then top it all off, we have a passive ability that places increased accuracy buff on an ally for 1 turn each time the ally has a debuff resisted by an enemy. Now this does work and does work well. However, I typically don't build my champions to have this work, but it is pretty cool. I mean, if they miss it 1 turn, the next turn they're going to be able to place it, or most likely going to be able to place it. So Stag Knight is a champion who's actually got some good uses in Fire Knight Hard. A lot of good uses in general. I mean, a double hitter on the A1 that also places the decreased speed is so good for things like Fire Knight, good for other areas of the game as well. I don't use them a ton anymore, but if you're a player who this is targeted toward, so like early mid-game play, if you're struggling with Faction Wars, excellent champion. He's going to make it much more achievable for you. Faction Wars, general dungeon progression. Stag Knight was one of the champions who, when I was doing a lot of account takeovers for early game players, that I would be looking for instantly as soon as I log into their account. Do you have Stag Knight? If you have Stag Knight, the content becomes a lot easier. So guys, if you're considering, is Stag Knight worth it? I'd say if you're missing those key AoE decreased defense, and well, specifically decreased defense, but even decreased attack, plus an A1 decreased speed, very solid champion. Plus you get a 6 skin to go with it. So I will be going for the skin, but I wanted to shoot this video, give my thoughts and my opinions about it, just in case you're on the fence, you're wondering if it's actually worth it. Now, if it's gonna cost you the fusion, I would say don't do it. Okay, 25 Ancients for Stag Knight is incredible. He's a really good champion. He's an incredible champion. But costing you the fusion, I don't really know about that. I mean, actually, I would say no. If Stag Knight's going to make that big of a difference for your account, I got a feeling you probably don't have a Clan Boss team set up very well, and Immic is probably going to make an even bigger difference. So it's up to you to decide, but Stag Knight is a champion who's worth it for most players as far as to have on their account, but it's really up to the individual on is 25 Ancients too much. For a lot of players, 25 Ancients comes pretty easy, but for some, maybe not so much. So guys, that's my thoughts and my opinions on the Stag Knight event. Kind of cool stuff though. Turn Attack tournament starting 2 days from now. I'll go ahead and pick up the skin, the Flying Hawk skin. It does look cool. It does look pretty cool, though I'm not for sure which one I like the most. Either way, I like the green. I do like the green. The flying feathers. What's his axe look like? His pole arm. It's neat. It's a neat skin. It's a neat skin all around. Wait, so he's not a Stag Knight no more. He's a Hawk Knight. Oh, of course. Because before he had a stag. Okay, that makes sense with the horns on his helmet. A stag. Yeah, okay. Either way, guys, thank y'all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.